Echoes of Desire opening scene. Kai Sheridan's life had always been about uncovering truths hidden just beneath the surface. As a journalist, they thrived on revealing stories that others dared not touch. Yet, nothing could have prepared them for the anonymous tip that slid across their desk one sultry summer evening, an invitation to explore a world where desire was both currency and curse. The note was cryptic, a single line etched in elegant script: "The truth of desire lies where shadows dance with light." It was signed only with an initial S. The mystery was irresistible. Following the scant clues led Kai to the heart of the city's labyrinthine old quarter, where the modern pulse of the city faded into the timeless echo of cobblestone alleys. It was in one such alley, hidden from the casual glance, that Kai found the entrance to the Velvet Room, a place whispered about in the corners of the internet but never confirmed to exist. The door was unmarked, save for a small, velvet-covered plaque bearing the same initial S. Inside, the world transformed. The air was thick with anticipation, the dim light caressing silk-draped walls and casting shadows that seemed to move with a life of their own. People mingled in the space, their conversations a soft murmur beneath the languid notes of a jazz piano. The atmosphere was charged, a palpable tension that promised revelations of flesh and spirit. Kai's guide through the sensory labyrinth was Sloane Marlowe, a figure who seemed to materialize from the shadows themselves. Sloane's presence was magnetic, their eyes holding depths that spoke of untold stories. "The Velvet Room is just the beginning," Sloane murmured, their voice a velvet caress that seemed to echo the room's aesthetic. "Here, we explore desires unspoken, dreams unfulfilled. But to truly understand, you must be willing to look within as much as you observe." As Sloane led Kai deeper into the venue, each room unveiled a different facet of human desire. From the soft, tender exchanges of couples exploring each other's boundaries to the more daring displays of trust and power dynamics, Kai was both observer and unwitting participant in a narrative far removed from their usual beat. Yet, it was not just the visual and sensual feast that drew Kai in, it was the stories behind each pair of eyes, each gesture, and whispered word. These were people embracing their deepest truths in a space where judgment was left at the door and understanding was the only currency that mattered. Sloane's hand rested lightly on Kai's arm, a grounding presence amid the whirlwind of sensation. "Everyone here has a story, a reason they've sought out the shadows," Sloane said, leading Kai to a secluded alcove. "What about you, Kai Sheridan? What truth are you searching for in the dance of shadows and light?" As the night unfolded, Kai realized this was more than an assignment. It was a journey into the very heart of desire itself, a story that would challenge every preconception they had about the boundaries between pleasure and pain, public and private, love and lust. And as Sloane's enigmatic smile promised paths yet unexplored, Kai knew they were only at the threshold of understanding. The real story lay not in the acts witnessed in the dimly lit rooms of the Velvet Room, but in the silent spaces between desires confessed and secrets kept. Echoes of Desire, the exploration begins. The night at the Velvet Room was just the beginning. Over the next few weeks, Kai found themselves drawn deeper into the city's underground world of desire, with Sloane Marlowe as their constant, cryptic guide. Each encounter, each whispered secret, peeled back layers Kai hadn't known they'd been wearing, revealing desires they'd scarcely admitted to themselves. Sloane had a way of doing that, of seeing right through to the heart of people, to the desires they kept locked away. "We all wear masks, Kai," Sloane said one evening as they walked through a more exclusive part of the underground world, a private club known as Lunar Echoes, where the exploration of desire was both more intimate and more intense. "But here, we have the courage to take them off, to be our true selves in the dark." It was in Lunar Echoes that Kai began to understand the depth of their journey. It wasn't just about the stories they could tell, it was about confronting their own shadows, their own desires. Sloane introduced Kai to the concept of consensual power exchange, where trust and consent formed the backbone of interactions that, to outsiders, might seem steeped in imbalance. One night, Kai observed a scene that would forever change their understanding of power and desire. A person, blindfolded and bound, entrusted their safety and pleasure to another, their partner, who navigated the delicate balance of pain and pleasure with an attentiveness that bordered on reverence. The trust was palpable, the connection profound. It was a dance of shadows and light, of power exchanged and shared, a tangible manifestation of the trust and communication Sloane had spoken of. Afterward, as the room applauded the couple's display, Sloane turned to Kai, their gaze piercing. "The essence of desire," Sloane said, "lies not in the act itself but in the trust it builds, the boundaries it explores." "What boundaries are you willing to explore, Kai?" That question lingered in Kai's mind long after the night faded into the soft light of dawn. They realized that their journey with Sloane was not just about uncovering the hidden desires of others but about confronting and accepting their own. It was a realization that both terrified and exhilarated Kai. In the weeks that followed, Kai's relationship with Sloane deepened, becoming something more than just guide and pupil. Sloane challenged Kai, not just intellectually but emotionally and physically, pushing them to explore their own desires, to question the boundaries they had unconsciously set for themselves. As their exploration deepened, so did their connection, blurring the lines between journalist and subject, observer and participant. Kai found themselves caught in a web of desire and doubt, wondering if their journey was leading them to a story or to a personal revelation they weren't sure they were ready for. Yet, with each step deeper into the world of lunar echoes, with every boundary pushed and every mask removed, Kai found pieces of themselves they didn't know were missing. They discovered strength in vulnerability, power in surrender, and a deep, resonating desire for a connection that transcended the physical. The journey was far from over, and the echoes of desire that had drawn Kai into the depths of the city's hidden world were only the beginning. Ahead lay the challenge of reconciling the person they had been with the person they were becoming, of finding a way to weave the threads of desire and identity into a story that was uniquely their own. And Sloane, ever the enigmatic guide, promised a path filled with discovery, a journey not just into the heart of the city's desires but into the very soul of desire itself. Echoes of desire, revelations, and resolutions. As autumn cloaked the city in its amber hues, the line between Kai Sheridan's work and personal exploration became increasingly indistinct. Each visit to Lunar Echoes with Sloane Marlowe peeled back layers of Kai's own desires, revealing depths they had never dared to explore. The thrill of discovery was intoxicating, but with it came a growing sense of vulnerability. Kai was no longer just a journalist documenting the hidden facets of desire. They were an active participant in a world that challenged every preconception they had held. Sloane, ever the enigmatic guide, seemed to hold the keys to this world and, increasingly, to Kai's heart. But with intimacy came questions about Sloane's past, about the true nature of Lunar Echoes, and about the ethical lines blurring before Kai's eyes. Sloane's history with Lunar Echoes was complex, woven into the very fabric of the underground community. As Kai delved deeper, they uncovered stories of love and loss, of power dynamics gone awry, and of Sloane's role as both protector and provocateur. The revelations were jarring, forcing Kai to confront their own role in Sloane's world. Was their connection merely a manipulation, a way for Sloane to control the narrative? Or was there something genuine, a bond that transcended the story Kai had set out to tell? These questions haunted Kai even as they found themselves drawn deeper into Sloane's orbit. The turning point came on a night when the moon hung low, a silvery orb casting lunar echoes in a ghostly glow. Kai and Sloane stood at the edge of revelation, the air between them charged with unspoken truths. "Why me?" Kai asked, the question a whisper in the dark. Sloane's answer was a revelation, a confession of admiration for Kai's courage and integrity, and an acknowledgement of the loneliness that haunted Sloane's own journey through the world of desire. In that moment, Kai understood that their story was not just about the hidden desires of a city's underbelly, it was about the human need for connection, for understanding, and for acceptance. The realization was transformative, a merging of personal and professional quests into a singular journey of discovery. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of emotion and insight as Kai and Sloane navigated the complexities of their relationship and the stories they had entwined. Kai knew that the story they would eventually tell could not betray the trust of those they had met along the way, nor could it expose Sloane's vulnerabilities to the harsh light of public scrutiny. The resolution, when it came, was as unexpected as it was profound. Kai chose to tell a story of shadows and light, of the delicate dance of desire and consent without revealing the secrets that lay at the heart of Lunar Echoes. It was a story that spoke to the universal search for understanding and acceptance, a narrative that honored the journey more than the destination. And as for Kai and Sloane, their journey continued beyond the pages of the story. In the echoes of desire, they found a truth that bound them together, a recognition of the strength found in vulnerability and the power of a connection that defied easy definition. In the end, Echoes of Desire was more than a story. It was a testament to the transformative power of desire, a reminder that the deepest connections are often found in the most unexpected places. Echoes of Desire, Epilogue, The New Dawn. Months had passed since the publication of Kai Sheridan's groundbreaking piece on the hidden tapestry of desire that threaded through the city. The article, a poetic exploration of the nuanced interplay between light and shadow in the realm of human connections, had stirred more than just acclaim. It sparked conversations on the nature of desire, consent, and the deeply personal journey to self-understanding. In the quiet aftermath, Kai and Sloane found themselves navigating a world that was at once familiar and entirely new. The underground scenes they'd explored together, once veiled in secrecy, now shimmered with a new layer of understanding. They had become part of the narrative, their story a beacon for those wandering in the shadows of their desires, searching for light. A new chapter begins. As the city awoke to the first light of dawn, Kai Sheridan stood at the balcony of their apartment, a steaming cup of coffee in hand, gazing out at the horizon where the sky met the urban sprawl. The world before them was a tapestry of stories waiting to be told, of secrets waiting to be uncovered, of desires waiting to be understood. Sloane Marlowe emerged from the shadows of the room, joining Kai in the quiet contemplation of the dawn. Their journey had taken them from the depths of hidden desires to the complexities of love and connection in the light of day. Together, they had navigated the delicate balance between revealing truths and protecting secrets, between personal exploration and public revelation. Legacy and future. The impact of their journey was felt not just in the pages of Kai's article, but in the lives of those they touched along the way. Lunar echoes and similar spaces across the city saw a new influx of seekers, individuals drawn by the promise of understanding and acceptance. Kai and Sloane had sparked a movement, a shift towards a deeper, more nuanced conversation about desire and identity. As they stood side by side, watching the city stir to life, Kai turned to Sloane, a question lingering in the silence. What comes next? It was a question of futures intertwined, of stories yet to be told, of journeys yet to be undertaken. Sloane's answer was a smile, a simple yet profound acknowledgement of the uncertainty and promise that lay ahead. Whatever comes, Sloane said, we'll navigate it together, exploring new horizons of desire and understanding. Continuing the journey. For Kai and Sloane, the publication of Echoes of Desire was not an end but a beginning. It was the start of a new chapter in their exploration of the human heart, a chapter filled with the promise of discovery both within themselves and in the world around them. As the sun crested the horizon, bathing the city in golden light, they knew that their journey was far from over. There were more stories to tell, more secrets to uncover, more desires to understand. And in each other, they had found a partner for the journey, a companion for the exploration of the vast, uncharted territories of the heart. The end? For now.